My name is Beatrice Nicolas. I'm a British concert pianist and composer living in London. I have also recorded African American works by Florence Price, Margaret Bonds, and Betty Jackson King in my 2024 EP release called Black and Classical. A piece by Margaret Bonds that we connect to the Birmingham fire bombings and to Martin Luther King is her solo piece from the spiritual suite for piano called Troubled Water. It is based on the Negro spiritual Wade in the Water. Wade in the Water takes its inspiration from the Bible story of Moses leading the Israelites out of Egypt and out of slavery. So it's a story of liberation, and it's a story that, of course, would have inspired people who were slaves in America at the time. And this song, Wade in the Water, has an even greater history to it. It's said by people that it was used as a kind of secret code of communication between slaves who were escaping, trying to escape from slave masters. And they would use this song, Wade in the Water, to warn each other to get off the railroad and get in the water so that sniffer dogs and slave masters would not be able to track their scent. As it starts, the listener who's never heard it before has no idea that very soon Wade in the Water is about to come in, because it starts with a really kind of jazzy, energetic groove, actually. And then as she keeps that going for about 4 bars, on the top, she overlays the melody, Wade in the Water. But she changes it to 3/4. And it means that the whole composition under Bonds' pen has this kind of linear flow that kind of doesn't stop going. That after you have this jazzy rhythm with a Negro spiritual, suddenly you're taking into sort of fantasies, kind of fantasia section, this kind of slightly romantic, slightly playful, very improvisatory section. And when I play this piece, that's how I try to approach it as something. I try to imagine that Margaret Bonds may have composed this section not by writing it down, but by improvising, and then she wrote it down. And so I try and make it sound as kind of free and spontaneous as possible. And then she sort of goes into this full-on Rachmaninoff sounding section. And if you haven't heard this before, you're just listening to me talk about it, it might sound like patchwork, but it really doesn't. It really does sound so unified. And everything flows into each other so well. It sounds so natural, even though she's fusing together genres that aren't supposed to be together, but they work so beautifully. And she's able to bridge that all the way back to another jazz groove and the Wade in the Water theme. first time I read through this piece, what surprised me the most was the coda, so the last section, which to me feels like it has, or sounds like it has, some sort of Broadway influence. It's very sort of, kind of feels like a Broadway coda. It's got sort of very, or finale, it kind of sounds very kind of panache and extrovert and like a musical show. And of course, Margaret Bonds did, write for theatre, and she did write musicals. And it works so well. And she manages to relate everything and all these different genres to Wade in the Water.